This is really one of my favorite parts of the book of Numbers, because in this week's Torah portion, which is called Chukat, that comes from the mid toward the end of Numbers, the Israelites are finally on their last stages of getting from Kadesh, which is one of their last stops, to the steppes of Moab, where Moses will begin his ethical will that we call Deuteronomy. One of the famous stories in this week's Torah portion is the story of the rock and the water. Moses, as we know, sees the Israelites complaining that the water is terrible, there's not enough to drink. One of the reasons why the Midrash tells us that the water supply is run out, or is at least scarce, is because his sister Miriam dies. And Miriam is sort of in charge of all things drinking water. So if you remember the story, Moses is told to go speak to a rock and it'll produce lots and lots of water. But the people are complaining so much and he gets so angry that he hits the rock instead with his rod. Water still comes forth, but God punishes him by saying, you know what? Because you yelled at everybody in front of me, I don't like that, you are not going to be allowed to enter the promised land. Poor Moses. This is a very complex story. I hope you'll join us this Saturday, Shabbat morning at 9 a.m. in the Bendelin Conference Room for Torah study, so we can talk about when rabbis yell at their congregants. Shabbat Shalom.